Hello and welcome to today's Children's Talk. Today is question number 17 of our Children's Catechism. Before we get started on today's question, let's have a recap of some of our older ones. So, first of all, who made you?
God made me.
Very good. What else did God make?
God made all things.
Good stuff. And who wrote the Bible?
Holy men who were taught by the Holy Spirit.
Well done. So, today's question is, what is sin? And the answer is, sin is any breaking of the law of God. Should we practice that together? What is sin?
Sin is any breaking of the law of God.
Very good. Should we try it one more time?
Yes.
What is sin?
Sin is any breaking of the law of God.
Very good. So, last week, Mark promised us that no harm would come to James or Olivia. But this week, we've decided to put the danger back in the children's talk. So, does anybody like science experiments?
Yes.
Very good. So, Busby's, put on your safety goggles. So, let's just think about that question for a minute. So, in the beginning was God, and he was perfect. So, James, can you pass me the glass? Thank you very much. So, in the beginning was God, and he was perfect and pure, because God has no sin. And God made Adam and Eve. Can you pass me the glass, Olivia? Very good, thank you. And in what state did God make Adam and Eve?
Holy and happy.
That's right. So Adam and Eve were pure and holy and happy, just like this glass is also pure, because they hadn't sinned. Now, God had given them at that time just one rule, and that rule was that they were not allowed to touch the fruit of a particular tree. So, unfortunately, one day, they were tempted to break God's law, and they looked at the tree, and they decided they were going to eat the fruit of the tree. So if I pour this in here, like this, all of a sudden, Adam and Eve were no longer pure. They had broken God's law, and they had sin in their hearts, and that meant that they were now different and separate from God, because they had sin in their hearts. Now, that's not a nice place to end the story. And we thank God that that's not the end of the story, because God had a plan right from the beginning of time that he would send Jesus down to this earth and who would live a perfect life, who would not sin, he would not break any of God's laws, and he would take the punishment that we deserved because we have sinned. So God sent Jesus to come down to earth to die on the cross for us. If I pour this in here, and this water all of a sudden becomes clear. And that's how God now sees us. Because he died on the cross and took the punishment in our place, he now sees us as pure, the way he originally made Adam and Eve. And we can thank God as well, because one day we will have a home in heaven. And in heaven, God will have got rid of all sin. So if I pour this glass into here, we can see that that glass is now pure as well. And it's just like whenever God had originally made the earth and Adam and Eve, and he's now got rid of all sin, and we're all, like, once again, holy and happy. So that's a really great thing that we can remember whenever we think about this catechism. So let's just practice this catechism one more time. Do you think you can say it by yourselves this time?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What is sin?
Sin is any breaking of the law of God.
Let's try that one more time. What is sin?
Sin is any breaking of the law of God.
Very good. And we thank God because he sent Jesus to take away our sin by dying on the cross. And we just need to put our trust in him and ask for forgiveness. So now we're going to sing a song. that will remind us about how good God is. Bye-bye.
Bye.